Not every plan needs to be announced. The moment you share your goals too early, you invite opinions, doubts, and outside energy that can quietly weaken your focus. Silence protects clarity. When you keep your plans to yourself, your mind stays sharper and your direction stays stronger. Progress often works best when it moves quietly. In this video, you'll learn why keeping your plans private builds discipline, consistency, and real results. When you stop explaining your goals and start executing them, momentum grows faster. Your focus stays locked in, distractions lose their power, and your energy stays where it belongs. Some moves are meant to be made in silence. When results speak, explanations become unnecessary. And before we begin, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more mindset content. Reason 1: sharing weakens commitment. Talking about your plan can create a false sense of progress. When you explain your goals to others, your brain often feels rewarded as if something meaningful has already been accomplished. This mental reward reduces urgency. Instead of feeling pressure to act, you feel temporarily satisfied just by talking. Keeping your plan private removes this false comfort. When no one knows what you're working on, the only way to feel progress is through action. This creates healthy pressure. You either move forward or you feel the lack of movement clearly. Silence keeps you honest with yourself. Sharing too early can also shift focus from execution to explanation. You begin spending energy describing what you will do instead of doing it. Over time, this weakens commitment because words replace effort. Quiet plans demand action, not validation. Strong commitment grows in silence. When your motivation comes from inner discipline rather than external reaction, your follow-through becomes stronger. By keeping your plan to yourself, you protect your focus, preserve urgency, and stay connected to the work that actually creates results. Reason 2: opinions create doubt. When you share your plan, you open the door to opinions shaped by other people's fears, limits, and past experiences, not your vision. Even advice meant to help can quietly weaken confidence. People speak from what they believe is realistic for them, not from what is possible for you. One small comment is often enough to introduce hesitation that wasn't there before. Opinions pull your focus away from execution and toward overthinking. Instead of taking the next step, your mind starts replaying what others said. You begin comparing viewpoints, questioning your direction, or adjusting your plan to make it sound more acceptable. This mental noise breaks momentum. Progress slows not because the plan lacks value, but because clarity has been diluted. Doubt rarely arrives loudly. It grows slowly through repeated exposure to outside voices. Each opinion adds weight until confidence feels heavier than action. What once felt clear now feels uncertain, even though nothing about the plan itself has changed. This is how strong ideas lose energy before they ever have a chance to grow. Silence protects belief. When your plan stays private, confidence comes from inner conviction rather than external approval. You move forward without defending your choices or explaining your vision. Focus stays sharp because your energy is directed toward action, not reassurance. Doubt grows through exposure, not failure. By keeping your plan to yourself, you protect it during its most fragile stage. Confidence stays intact, momentum remains steady, and execution becomes stronger because nothing external is interfering with your direction. Reason 3: energy gets distracted. Every time you explain your plan, a portion of your mental energy shifts away from execution. Instead of focusing on the next step, your attention moves towards words, reactions, and expectations. You begin thinking about how to present your idea, how it sounds, and how it will be received. This mental shift may feel small, but over time it drains momentum. When plans are shared, they often need to be defended. Questions arise. Doubts are voiced. Suggestions appear. Even if you don't change your direction, your mind is forced to respond, justify, or clarify. This creates friction. Energy that should be used for progress is spent managing conversations instead of taking action. Progress requires concentration. When energy is scattered, results slow down. By keeping your plan to yourself, you protect your mental focus and allow your energy to flow fully into the work that actually moves you forward. Reason 4. Progress works better quietly. Quiet progress builds real discipline because it removes the need for validation. When no one is watching, praising, or expecting updates, the only thing pushing you forward is consistency. You act because you are committed, not because you want recognition. This strengthens self-discipline at its core. When progress is quiet, motivation becomes internal. You stop relying on encouragement, approval, or attention to keep going. Instead, you rely on routine and responsibility. This creates stability. Even on days when motivation is low, discipline keeps you moving forward. Quiet work teaches you to show up regardless of how you feel. Working in silence also removes pressure to perform for others. There is no audience to impress and no timeline to explain. This allows progress to happen naturally, without anxiety or comparison. You focus on improvement rather than appearance. Growth becomes steady instead of rushed. Quiet progress builds stronger habits because repetition happens without interruption. There is no distraction from feedback, opinions, or expectations. Each small action compounds over time. What starts silently becomes solid, and what becomes solid lasts longer. True progress doesn't need attention while it's being built. It needs consistency, patience, and focus. When you work quietly, discipline replaces motivation, habits replace hype, and progress becomes something that lasts, not something that fades once the attention is gone. Reason 5. Results speak louder than plans. Plans invite discussion, opinions, and speculation. When you talk about what you intend to do, people feel free to question it, analyze it, or judge whether it will work. Words create conversations, not credibility. Until something is finished, it exists only as an idea, and ideas are easy to doubt. Results change everything. When something is done, there is nothing left to explain or defend. Finished work stands on its own. It doesn't need approval, justification, or encouragement. Results communicate effort, discipline, and execution in a way words never can. They turn doubt into recognition without a single argument. Waiting to reveal your work also protects its power. Instead of slowly losing impact through repeated explanations, the result appears fully formed. This creates clarity and respect. People respond to what is, not to what might be. The focus shifts from potential to proof. Results also protect your energy. You don't spend time convincing others of your vision. You let the outcome speak for you. This keeps confidence grounded in reality rather than in promises. Respect earned through results is stronger and more lasting than attention gained through plans. Plans ask for belief. Results remove the need for it. When you let your work speak, silence becomes strength, effort becomes visible, and respect follows naturally. without explanation.